out on the win. What are your thoughts on the game?
Well, look, it was a game that it went largely the way we expected it to go. The big sort of factor that confused things a little bit coming into the match was obviously the heavy rain. And having that much water on the pitch, it was really difficult for both teams. Like, I'm sure both teams have come off the field, they'll be shattered physically, really tired, because when the field's wet like that and you're slipping all over the place, it takes it out of you physically. But I thought our guys coped really well with it. I thought, even at halftime, I said to our guys, look, we are the better team. We are the better team, but being the better team doesn't get you points. You've got to put the ball in the back of the net. We knew that Police all season have been a bit weak at set pieces. We knew, and we've been obviously very strong at them. Something a little bit different today that the guys put in to score the goal. But yeah, I thought we played well. I thought it was a reasonably close game, but at the end, we have to defend for it. Police are throwing everything at us. They've got nothing to lose, really. We go to 3 at the back, and it shows you the depth of the squad when you're able to bring someone like Sylvester Owino off the bench for the last 5 or 10 minutes, because Police aren't trying to play football anymore. They're just going to try and bombard your penalty area. Thought we did really well. Guys were throwing themselves in front of the ball, putting their bodies on the line, and we're pleased with it. But look, there's 8 more games to go. It's 3 points, and we've got to make sure that in a few days' time against Talanta, we do it all again, because we were very disappointed in the last game, and we've always said to the boys, if you drop points after a big win, it almost devalues the big win. So that's our big focus now. We don't have time to celebrate. We'll get recovery, and we'll get ready for Wednesday.
Considering circumstances, coach, the weather, Tusker going back on top of the league, you getting a win against a tough side in Kenya Police, how important was this win today?
I think it's important just to calm people a little bit. I think when you're in a head-to-head title race, and maybe, if you're a supporter on the outside, or maybe you're even a young player who hasn't experienced this before, you got to remember there's a lot of players here playing for Kogalo who haven't been in a title race before. They haven't competed for big trophies, and we work with them all the time on the psychology of it, but we know they're good footballers. We know that if they play to their potential, we can beat any team in this league, as we've continually shown this season. But we also know that when you're young, sometimes you can get distracted easily, or sometimes your confidence can take a hit. And I think, again today showed them how good they can be with some of the football, and also the weather conditions, because for some of them it'll have been their first time playing in a KPL game in such conditions. So I think it's good for their confidence. But look, it's one day. We've got another 8 of these days to come, and we've got to keep doing it.
Your team need to show this kind of character if they are to win the title this season.
100%. Look, we were all very disappointed in the last game against Pasta. We all hold our hands up. It wasn't good enough from start to finish, right from the head coach, right through to the kit man, to the players, to everybody. It wasn't good enough. But the performances we've shown over the last month and a half have generally been very good. Okay, we drew against Sofapaka, frustrating, but the performance was excellent. Karabangi Sharks, another really good performance. Away to Bandari, a really good performance. So, and again today, a really good performance. Pasta was the outlier, that the performance simply wasn't good enough, and we told the guys that you can't afford those now. At this point of the season, you cannot afford them. So, we need more of that. But look, Talanta will provide a very different test to Police. Police obviously came to play. We can expect Talanta might sit back a little bit more, and so it's a very different game.
From you, we saw 2 changes from you. Baisenge came in today, and Kadu shipped out. What is the main reason behind those changes?
And maybe for Sydney, what was the tactical reason?
Yeah, so for Sydney it was an injury. So he's come in for Alfie just because we felt we needed a little bit of energy in the midfield. Obviously, we didn't want to touch the defensive line so early because they were doing really well. And Alfie had been playing really, really well. But like I said, this pitch is like playing with weights on your ankles. And he was putting in so much running, and we just felt to put Sydney in, we know what he brings us as a box-to-box midfielder. Unfortunately, he's put his body on the line and he's sort of caught, he's made the tackle, but the Police player sort of caught him afterwards, and it's been quite painful. And we've decided rather than risking him hobbling about in midfield, we would immediately put John Ocheng in. So that was an injury change. In terms of Baisenge coming in, look, Emery's a player that I've known for a very long time. He's hugely experienced, 70 caps for the Rwanda national team, has played at the highest level here in Africa, won league titles. And for me, it's not that Sylvester Owino had done anything wrong, but I think you got to bank on experience sometimes. Kadu, he'll be fully fit for the next game. If we'd needed him towards the end of today, he sort of had a little sort of leg issue. Not serious, but one that we didn't want to make worse. And so if we'd needed him today, he could have came off the bench to play, but we didn't need him. So we gave him an extra day and he'll be ready for Atalanta 100%. Shafiq was just tactically. We just also yesterday in training, because it was Ramadan, and we're very respectful of that. Unfortunately, Shafiq didn't get to take part in all of training yesterday. And look, Alfie plays, and he played fantastic today. So, you know, we were able to allow Shafiq to go and, you know, see out the Eid holiday. He came to the training ground, but he didn't get the full session. So we thought it was better to go with Alfie.
One last question for me. I understand that the pitch may have made things difficult during the game today, but were you still concerned by the rate at which your side were turning over possession, especially in dangerous areas, especially towards the latter stages of the second half?
Yeah, look, I think one of the things, and we talk about experience, these boys are learning how to see games out. You know, one of the big things we said when we scored is you got to keep playing football. You can't just go and defend. You want to keep playing football, keep possessing the ball. Now, the nature of it is, for most of the game, Police are trying to play pass and move football. But then it gets into the last 20 minutes of the game and they're launching balls in, okay? And when you're launching balls in on a wet, slippery pitch, going up for headers, up for tackles, it's more likely that you'll make mistakes. But it's all about having set, you know, people behind it. You know, is the first person going in to win the ball or make the challenge? Make sure you've got someone, your friend, off your shoulder to clean up the mess behind you. And I thought the guys did very, very well at that.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you very much, guys.